Shows you understand biblical customs.
Yeah.
And he said with a smile on his face, he said, "I'm Muslim."
Right.
And then he said, "I'm only joking."
Right. Yeah. To let us know. Yeah. Okay. Everything's all right. You're going, bro. Yeah. So read that. This is diverse from the beast.
Daniel 7:7. And after this, I saw wrong one. What was it? Daniel's or was it Revelations 13?
It was 7 and 7. I think it's Daniel 7 and 7. You're going.
Daniel 7:7. And after this, I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly.
Yep.
And it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue with the feet of it.
Right, and the stamp, the residue of the feet of it was talking about 70 AD, when they came up against us. And actually before that, the Lord commanded, the Messiah commanded to the Jews, the Israelites at the time, to be out of that land. But they didn't listen, they stayed in there, and then pretty much the Roman Centurions came down there and sieged up the whole city. And they all died in there. They died. A lot of them died of starvation. Okay, so that's what it means that they stomped the residue of the feet of it, because you had a remnant of Jews, which I believe it was millions in there. I don't really know how much Jews that were in that city. And what I mean by Jews, I'm talking about our people, of course, because that's who we were back then. You know. But anyway, they were destroyed in that land because of the Romans. Put an end, as it says in the book of Timbuktu, the end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. So that's what it means that they stamped the residue of the feet of it. Go on, brother.
It devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue with the feet of it.
Yeah.
And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it.
Right, and then we explained, we went into the book of 1 Maccabees, the 8th chapter, and that explains why the Roman Empire was so different from the previous empires. Go on, brother.
And it had 10 horns. And I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn.
Yep.
Before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots.
Okay.
And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man.
Right, like the eyes of a man. Go on.
And the mouth speaking great things. And
Yep.
I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
And what does it mean that they spoke great things? Because in this empire, such as America, which is a part of the Roman system, they would develop what you would call, great weaponry in terms of their technology that they would get. So that's how this beast spoke loud. It spoke out loud above everybody, and also the pride thereof as well, as we can include in there. Go on, brother.
I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool.
Right.
His throne was like the fiery flame, and his walls as a burning fire.
So if you notice, we've just by reading the book of Daniel 7th chapter, Daniel was explaining these different empires, and then after the empire of Rome, he named who was he talking about? He was talking about the Most High.